Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be taking the basic backgrounds that we created on Tuesday in our technique video, and we're going to turn them all into cards. We're going to make this really quick and easy. These are all cut to 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to create a border on your card base. Okay, so what I was thinking was I'm using my Misty tool to help me make sure I line it up, but I think we're just going to stamp right on these bases and just stamp happy birthday. I'm making these all birthday cards because you can never have enough birthday cards. You never know when you're going to need one. And, it just makes for a really quick and easy thing that you can grab, write a quick message on the inside, and keep it moving, right? So I'm going to bring in some Catherine Pooler Midnight. And this is actually the Catherine Pooler stamp set that I'm using. It's her happy birthday one. And I love the script of this happy birthday. But I'm going to tell you, the Midnight ink does stain the clear stamps. Okay, no matter what I do, it's not going to come off because of it being an archival ink. It stays for a long time, so I do try and make sure I clean it between each ones. And my only regret in now doing the voiceover watching it is that the glacier, I feel like I should have probably stamped on a different piece of paper and just put it on top, because the swirls is a little bit more of a busier pattern in the background. So you'll see here when we put this down, I'm using my Pink Fresh press tool here to help making sure we get even pressure. And I like the happy birthday, but right here I was like, ooh, I need to do something to make it stand out. And I didn't pre-treat my paper, but I just put clear embossing powder over top. And if this ink stays wet just a little bit, then we can heat it up and maybe give it a little bit of shine to give it a chance to stand out. So I'm just going to grab my heat tool real quick and try and heat this up. Sorry, I'm a little off camera. I'm trying to figure out how to place my hand. This heat tool from Ranger, it spreads the heat in a wider path. And let me tell you, it gets hot to the point where I'm like, I could drop this thing. You know what I mean? Because it's, yeah. But I'm just trying to clean up all the extra embossing powder. So that way it's just in the center, and that way, when you see it, hopefully, like you see how now the happy birthday is starting to kind of stand out some more. As I heat it up, it's bringing it forward. And that's what I was trying to do, so it would stand out from that busy pattern. But next time we can always use another piece of paper and just put like a circle on top, or create a focal point basically. Okay, so now with this next one, what we're going to do, we're going to use the happy birthday again, but instead of going sideways, we're going to do a regular vertical card. Okay, so I'm going to turn this and try and make sure I got everything angled right. But this time I'm pre-treating because I already know I'm going to be doing some embossing, okay? So a lot of times with my embossing ink, I'll use the Versaclear because it's a pigment ink and it stays wet longer. I don't always use Versamark. I know if you have Versamark in your stash, feel free to use it. But I don't mind using pigment inks to use for my embossing. So I double stamped because the bee didn't get enough ink. And now we're just going to sprinkle. I'm using Brutus Monroe embossing powder because I needed a gold, and I remembered I still had some of that on my desk. So I grabbed it. And then I decided to get smart and get my reversible tweezers to hold this paper so I stop burning myself. Okay. If you have them, use them. I have 2 sets. So why wasn't I using them? I can't tell you. I don't know. But you just heat it up. I always try and heat from the back as well to try and minimize the warping as much as I can. Sometimes you can't help it. You know, you're putting very hot heat to paper, so it's gonna want to curl, okay? But when I'm done, I just try and fold it and, you know, get it back to normal. So now on this blue one with the butterfly, I don't want to use the same happy birthday because that happy birthday is very large. Okay. So we're just going to clean it, make sure it's cleaned off, and then we'll put it back on the stamp set. And then we're going to grab a stamp set from Honeybee Stamps. And this is also all about happy birthday. So there's inside stamps, and then there's just a happy birthday stamp. And we're going to grab the one that's more like a cursive, as if somebody wrote it. And we're going to put it at the bottom right. I'm sorry, I'm down, so you guys can't see where I'm trying to place it. But sometimes I'll do what I just did, which is kind of stand it up and look to see if it's straight. I know there are things you can buy for your MISTI tool to go on the inside, so it'll help you line up your stamps. So there's a lot of different things you can do. And then I'm just inking it up again with the Versaclear, making sure I got all the area of the stamp. It's really not that much. It's just a small happy birthday. And we're going to press down. And then we're going to use our gold again. And then just dump it right back into the container. And then anywhere, like if sometimes I blow and I lose some, or like I tapped into the container and some of it fell off. So, cause I tapped too hard. Yeah. So just be mindful. And again, using my wonderful tweezers that I should have been using from the very beginning. Heat it up on both sides, and then we have this really beautiful gold happy birthday. And oddly enough, out of all the backgrounds, this one that I thought was looking like a hot mess actually winds up being my favorite, I think. I love it. I love it. I love the butterfly with the just, a little bit of an outline, and then the happy birthday. So we have all 4 of our card bases done. And literally, this is just going to be putting tape on the back and attaching to the card base. Sometimes you want to create something just that simple. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a crazy amount of work. You don't have to make it difficult. If you create a background, just add a sentiment. The background can be the image. If it's pretty even, like some of these, take a larger stamp and stamp your sentiment right in the center. Or maybe stamp out a word die and put it in the center. There's a lot of things we can do with this. So we'll be definitely using stencils more in videos to come. So there'll probably be more of these type of using them on cards, and, maybe even making larger base pages for our scrapbook pages, and trying using it, for projects as well. So there's a lot of things that I have a lot of different ideas. So we'll just keep an eye out, because I'm definitely enjoying these technique videos, and there's so much you can do with stencils, and it's very fun. Okay, so now this is the one I was trying to show you. I'm going to grab my punch real quick and do a circle just to show you. If we had done like the sentiment on top of the circle and then put it in the center, I think that happy birthday would stand out more. But giving it to somebody, and they're holding it in their hand, they're going to be able to see the happy birthday, and it stands out enough. So I think it can really be just that simple, you guys, really and truly. Okay, so this is the last one, and the last 2 we did a sideways fold. So instead of it being opening up top to bottom, we just turned it on its side. Okay, and I love using this big block to help hold down stuff, especially when they're kind of curving. So one thing you're not going to see me do is splatter on these, but you could. but I'm not going to. All I wanted you to do was create quick and simple cards using those backgrounds. And not everybody has sprays to do splatters. You don't have to. They can still be beautiful cards, okay? So thank you guys so much for joining me today. Please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. And I would look forward to seeing you guys on our next video. If I don't see you at my live on Sunday, I hope everyone who does celebrate has a very happy Easter and enjoy time with your loved ones. Thanks, you guys, and have a great day.